Hey, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's staying warm. I'm cold. Shout out to my New England Patriots and shout out to Fernando Mendoza for his accomplishments last night as well. So, track home track. So first of all, I have an active NMLS number, a nationwide multi-state licensing system for mortgage loans originating. So I don't have a state license in Texas where I reside, but I do maintain my certification. And then in the future, I plan to potentially go out and apply for my license. Right now, I'm not in a point where I want to do that, but I do have the knowledge. So what's a track home? A track home is a set type of structure for a family dwelling. And there's many builders out there in our nation. I'm not going to mention them because it's not pertinent. They almost all do the same thing. They offer you a home within a specific certification, and then you go into this developmental or development area, and almost all the homes look the same. You can add or take away a few upgrades here and there, but for the majority of them, they all look the same. For my veterans out there, right? This is for you all. Because sometimes you're getting ready to retire and you want to just move on to the next level of life and just enjoy what you've earned and get one of these homes, and it's hassle free for the majority of the time, because you just look at them and you and your spouse agree to them, you move in and you have a bunch of incentives, right? Sometimes those incentives are tied to a few things, right? They'll throw in a washer, a dryer, and all these things that make it lucrative and easy for you to just move in, hang up your boots, and start enjoying life, your well-deserved life. But you got to pay attention to the disclosures, right? You got to pay attention to your contract. Sometimes, not all the time, in that contract, right, there'll be a commitment, meaning, me, the tract home builder, offered to pay down your rate to as low as 4 point something currently. In return, you must use my agents or my financing company or things like that, tying you down sometimes to an arm, right? An adjustable rate mortgage, or sometimes a balloon mortgage where you pay a very low interest rate for the first 4 to 5 years, but then at the end of 5 years, you owe them this large sum of money. That's kind of like the extreme cases. I'm not trying to scare anybody out there. I just want you to pay close attention to the details, right? Because sometimes, right, there are better offers out there. There are mortgage brokers such as Fred Kelly Mortgage and Nine Line Mortgage that could potentially offer you a better rate. And you're not tied down. So you have to read those disclosure agreements, and you have to make sure that the lender discloses everything. Because at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, if you ask the right questions, i.e., hey, is this buy down rate contingent on me using your financer? If they say yes, you go and look for it. If it says yes, you're tied to that in that contract. If they say no and you don't like the deal that they're bringing you, right, or you just don't feel cozy and you want to go with your own brokerage company, you can do so, right? Imagine this. You just got to tell them, hey, if I was to bring you an offer for in cash right now, would you give me the same deal? If they say yes, then there's probably no contingency. If they say, well, you have to go through our financer, you have to do these right things. Sometimes we're not aware of those, right? And it's important for my veterans out there that you understand that what you're getting into. Because sometimes there are some better deals out there, especially if you go through a brokerage, because they have a plethora of opportunities and financing companies out there that they have at their disposal, not just the one, right? And then I wanna be clear about something, right? Because I'm also a VA lending specialist certified through the National Mortgage Association, the NAM. So you have to prove 60 days post closing, right? Intent. Now, listen, words have meaning. We've learned that all our military career. Intent to occupy. What does that mean? That means that you intend to occupy within 60 days. According to the VA regulation, right, the latest pamphlet, that's all you have to state and prove that you're going to meet the VA requirements. And that's crucial because some of you are stationed in Washington State or Europe or elsewhere in our nation, and then you start saying a little bit of too much, and sometimes those underwriters and financing folks don't understand really what VA intends to offer you, right? Or what their stipulations are. And all you have to do is show intent to move in. Now, that could be your spouse, right? Moving ahead of you and this and that or whatever. If you're going to retire, you have to lock in a deal 12 months out, but not 12 months under your retirement date. So, for example, if you're stationed in Japan and you're in month 12, all the VA needs to know or wants to know is that today you're on active duty and you're securing this loan. Because for the next year, you have a secured income. Now, if it's month 11 or less, now you get into other scenarios where you're going to have to prove and demonstrate post-retirement, right? Because post-retirement, they're going to know how much you're going to make. Now, you know you're going to make a retirement, so you can prove that, but is that going to ruin your debt-to-income ratio as it stands today while you're active duty? So a few key things. Don't divulge too much information, right? If you are within 1 year, right, 12 months or more, that's all your financing company, your mortgage broker, and the VA needs to know. If you have intent to occupy within 60 days, that's all the VA requires, intent. Now read that as you will, right? Yes, you do have to occupy it. Are they going to go out and check? I don't know. I don't work for that, for the VA. But it is out there that they can do so, right? Because that is part of their requirements. Again, just a little tips here and there. I've lived through it. I've helped some folks kind of understand the underlying factors. And just let me know, hey, hit me up through 9-Line Mortgage. I still remain affiliated to Fred Kelly Mortgage out here in Austin. He services the entire state of Texas, and he has over 20 to 30 nationwide mortgage companies that he works through as a broker. So just be careful out there, right? Sometimes too much information can bind you into scenarios where you're going to have to figure out ways to get around it, when sometimes the sky is blue, and that's all they need to know, that it's blue. Well, I hope you enjoy this week's tips or today's tip. I'll probably log in later on and with a friend of mine so we can talk some more shop over at the bar side. For right now, I'm just going to enjoy some coffee.